I think that's really where my game is going to take off the most, and seeing that my guys are going to play for me, and we're all going to play together. So.
Kyle Krabs, Joe Marino here at Steve Clarkson's QB retreat in Santa Monica, California. We are joined by UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Thanks for your time. First and foremost, you're back for another season with the Bruins, and I wanted to ask you, as you get ready for another season as the established starter at quarterback, what are some areas of your game that you've reflected on as you've grown as a player you think you're best positioned to showcase this upcoming season?
First off, that's a really good question. Second off, I think most importantly, just the leadership aspect, really being able to connect with my teammates on and off the field, showing that team chemistry and the unison that we're going to play with as an offense, as well as the defense and all phases of the game. So I think that's really where my game is going to take off the most, and seeing that my guys are going to play for me, and we're all going to play together. So
you mentioned there connecting with the teammates, leadership, those types of things. Well, I heard you just did an NIL deal with your entire offense. Would love to hear about that.
Yeah, so putting together something it took about a couple months to do, between me, my agent, my mom, as well as all the people involved and sponsors. So I have a brand, Friends Over Fans, and after cultivating enough success and everything with that, being able to give back to my teammates was something I've been wanting to do for a while, and finally getting to do that, taking the guys out in LA at a big venue and being able to spend time with each other, break bread, and really get some team bonding and team chemistry going. So it was fun. It was a really good time.
The chemistry for you and your offense has been something that, as we've kind of watched UCLA and as the program has continued to turn around under Coach Kelly, has been really fun to see when everything's firing on all cylinders and the run game's really rolling and you can throw the football and you keep opposing defenses off balance. What's it like to get guys like Zach Charbonnet coming back for another season, as well as yourself, with all the chemistry and playing time that you guys have together, to kind of use that as the springboard for the next chapter?
Yeah, it's going to be the foundation for everything that we do this year, for all the success we have this year. The team's going to be able to need to lean on me and Zach's back, as well as the other leaders and other guys that have played for us in the past. So, but again, we have a really good group, really mature group, guys that know what they're doing, know what they want to get out of workouts and everything that we got going on. So, even though we do have me and Zach back and a couple other starters, I have more than enough confidence. Even without us, we'll be good.
So what went into that decision to come back? I mean, was this an unfinished business? What did you want to showcase this year?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that went into it. Obviously, getting some advice from some people I look up to played a big part in it. A family-oriented, a brotherhood. So, once you get to the NFL, it's more so a business and everything. And this is really going to be the last time in my career where, I get to have a brotherhood. So, I think that was the biggest part that played into my decision and the reason why I came back to UCLA. So.
What went into Friends Over Fans? Because I see your hat, you got it on there, and when you said it originally, it really stood out to me. And then I just saw the hat, and I'm like, where did this come from? What's the genesis of that?
Yeah, so back when I first got to UCLA, I was a big-time recruit coming out of high school, a lot of hype around my name, and obviously we didn't do good the first 3 years, and got a lot of hate for it, a lot of backlash. And so, that really made me reflect and really made me go back to, my roots on who I really hung out with and kept my circle small with. So, I think really finding my importance and having a strong foundation when it comes to support over just looking at what the fans say about you and all the hype that you get. So,
I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. LA has traditionally been a college football town, and you've recently seen the NFL that has come to LA, but traditionally between USC and UCLA, very much a college football proud heritage for those two programs, and that comes with a lot of feedback, right?
Of course.
How do you as an athlete in today's environment manage that component of it, where it's so easy to pull out your phone and next thing you know, the notifications are going off after the game? Like, how do you navigate that as an athlete in today's climate through social media and whatnot?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is, sticking to who you are, and not letting the fame or anything get to your head. I know everybody says it, but it's definitely true. And so I think that's the biggest thing, is just focus on the main goals and the main priorities, which is at the end of the day football and my teammates in school. So I think that's where everything lies. So
let me ask you this: Chip Kelly, head coach, if he were to strike an NIL deal, what company would align perfectly with head coach Chip Kelly?
Oh man. I'd say Nike. I mean, not only because he wears Nike shoes every day in the building, and that's just his go-to shoe, but I think just the overall message from Nike, how they run things, how they do things, how they're very strategic and detailed, is everything that fits Chip Kelly. So,
what impact has he made on your career as a quarterback? I'm guessing those things show up in how he approaches the game and how he teaches. What's that like?
No, yeah, it's fun. It's great. He's a great coach. He really knows how to explain things really well and in depth and in detail. So, I don't have to do a whole lot of thinking myself. But, it's great, though. He's taught me so much about, the game and how to be a quarterback and the things that he's learned from Vic, and as well as the things that he's taught Vic, as well as Kaepernick and those guys. So, he knows a lot of football, as well as he knows a lot about being a person and being a man. So, I couldn't be more grateful to have Chip as a coach, for sure.
The DTR, UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, thanks so much for your time here at Steve Clarkson's QB Retreat.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys for having me.